Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss with you another topic, that is matter. Now we all have been knowing that this whole universe is made up of matter. Everything which we see is made up of matter. But what does this matter made up of? Matter is made up of atom. And atom is considered as the smallest unit. This atom cannot exist independently. The atom will combine with other atom and will form a molecule. Now these atoms and molecules, they actually have different pattern in solids, liquids and gases. These are the three states of matter. We have been reading from our very lower classes that matter exists in three states. So these are the three states: solid, liquid and gases. Now why I am talking about these states when I am talking about atoms or molecules? Because atoms or molecules will have different pattern of arrangement in solids, liquids or gases. Like in solids, they will be very tightly packed, whereas in liquids and gases, these will be loosely packed. Now because these are loosely packed in liquids and gases, so they will also show random motion. Means they can move in any direction, whereas in case of solids, they will not move at all. They will remain at their fixed positions when the substance is in solid state. Now how we can study about these atoms or molecules in detail? For that we have one theory. Let me discuss that theory with detail. Here I have mentioned the postulates of the kinetic molecular theory of matter. Means with the help of this theory, it will be easy for us to understand how molecules or atoms behave in different states of matter. How they behave in solids, how they behave in liquids and gases. What is the reason of their particular behavior in that particular state of matter. So these are the main postulates. I have written 6 postulates here. The first one is composition of matter. Second is movement of molecules and kinetic energy. Third is intermolecular space. Fourth is intermolecular forces of attraction. Next is collision of molecules. And at last I have written movement of molecules in the states of matter. So let us discuss these postulates in detail. What do you mean by each postulate and how it helps in understanding of the matter? Now the first postulate which I just told you is composition of matter. Composition of matter means whether I am talking about solid, liquid or a gas, all the molecules present in a particular matter will be same or identical in all the respects. For example, I am writing a molecule of water. This is oxygen in the molecule of water and this is hydrogen. Now we know according to the symbol, this is water. So all the molecules present in water will have this same molecule attachment. It will be having one molecule of water will have 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So if you take 100 molecules of water, then also each molecule will have 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. This means the composition of matter when we talk about a particular matter will always remain same. Now second postulate is movement of molecules and kinetic energy. Now what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy which is possessed by a particular matter or a molecule, here we are talking about, because of its motion. Now each molecule in the matter, whether it is solid, liquid or gas, will have ability to keep on moving. It will keep on moving always. So because of its movement, it will acquire some amount of kinetic energy. Now that kinetic energy which it has acquired is basically because of the movement it is doing continuously in the state of matter. And this kinetic energy will keep on changing also when we are heating a particular material or when we are cooling. So, on cooling or heating, the molecules of matter will change the amount of kinetic energy they are having. So, this states the second postulate of the kinetic molecular theory of matter. So, coming to the next, here I have written intermolecular spaces. So, this is the next postulate. Intermolecular spaces means the space between the molecules of a particular matter. Like here I am taking, these are the 4 different molecules of a particular matter. So the space between these 2 molecules or between these 2 molecules, wherever I see, is called as intermolecular space. Now, intermolecular space will always exist between the molecules, whether the molecule is in solid state, whether it is in liquid or gaseous state. But the intermolecular space is considered largest in case of gases, because the molecules which are present in a particular gas are very far away. So, increase of the distance will increase the intermolecular spaces. And this is the intermolecular spaces which is responsible for the intermolecular forces of attraction, which is the next postulate of this kinetic molecular theory of matter. Now let us understand this intermolecular forces of attraction in detail. I just told you that there will be intermolecular spaces between the molecules of matter. Now this is the intermolecular space. Now the forces which will help to keep these molecules close to each other, those are called as intermolecular forces. Now because here I am talking about attraction of intermolecular forces, means because of these forces the molecules will remain close to each other. In case of solids, as the distance will decrease, less will be the distance. This I am writing distance, more will be the intermolecular force. Force will be more. So because force will be more, the molecules will be held tightly with each other. So that is the reason the solids have very tight packing, and this is due to the intermolecular forces of attraction. Now there are 2 types of intermolecular forces of attraction. One are called as cohesive force and second one are called as adhesive force. Cohesive and adhesive. Cohesive are the forces which are between the molecules of the same kind. Like if water I am taking, all the molecules of water present, they will try to come closer to each other. And this is the reason there will be formation of dew drop. All the water drops which have condensed on a particular surface, very small surface, when they will try to attract toward each other because of the cohesive forces, it will lead to the formation of a dewdrop. Adhesive forces are the forces which are between the molecules of a matter but of different kind. For example, the dewdrop is somewhere attached on the leaf or somewhere it is lying on a glass surface. The force which is acting on that time between the dewdrop and the surface, that force is called as adhesive force. So, in both the cases, these are the forces which actually act upon the molecules which are present in a particular matter. So, this is about the intermolecular forces of attraction, which are considered as one of the important postulate of your kinetic molecular theory of matter. Our next postulate is collision of molecules. Now, I told you before also that there is continuous movement of molecules. So, when molecules are in continuous motion, obviously they will strike with each other or collide with each other. This collision is sometimes between the molecules of a particular matter or even with the molecules of the container in which the particular matter is present. Now in case of solid, the molecules are tightly packed. They have less intermolecular spaces, so there will be less movement. They will only move when they will be heated. So on heating, they will turn into molten state and their state will change to liquid. But in case of liquids and gases, because they have sufficient intermolecular spaces, so those molecules, they will collide with each other, as well as they will collide with the container in which those particular liquids and gases are being filled. So this states that molecules remain in motion every time, and when they are in motion, they exert pressure on the walls of the container if we are talking about liquids and gases. So the last postulate is the movement of molecules in different states. How molecules move in different states. As I told before also, that molecules which are present in solid state, they will not move from their place. What they do, they will just vibrate. There will be only vibration. Vibration means to and fro motion at their own position. So they will just vibrate, whereas the molecules of liquids and gases, they are always moving randomly. Randomly means they have no fixed direction, they can move in any direction. Now if we provide more of the energy or we heat the matter, then what will happen? The kinetic energy of the molecules will be increased. And if we decrease the temperature, means if we cool that particular matter, then their kinetic energy will be decreased. So depending upon their kinetic energy, they will be moving, whether they have to move fast or they have to move slowly. So this was all about the 6 postulates of kinetic molecular theory of matter. Hope now it is clear to you what actually is the behavior of matter and how the molecules or atoms present in a matter, they behave in a particular state of matter.